Hello guys, welcome back to Arthur to Go. We're back with the podcast again, and we are here with the pregame of the Finalissima, Japan versus Brazil here, 28th of December, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, which the game is, and hosted in New York City, United States. Japan versus Brazil. Fans, players, type your predictions down in the chat. So how did this game even happen? So we were ending the league, and then we said it would be fun to have this back. So why are we ending it like this? Because we were not gonna do international games anymore. This is actually the last international game of NFA history. We decided to do this because it would be a crazy game. Japan versus Brazil, like a crazy game, best game in NFA history so far. Winner of Euro and winner of Copa America, and we did that also. We have to do the Finalissima, and we have time before the season starts. So yeah, and then after we have the season starting late January. Alright, probability of victory, we have Japan 27%, extra time 34%, and Brazil win 39%. The expected lineups, if everyone show up, are for Japan: Fede at goalkeeper, King of TPS center back, Fubuki Atsuya, their captain, at left striker, and Zed at right striker. Brazil's lineup, we have Arthur net, Bennett center back, Cristiano left mid, and Levi right mid. Now we have some questions before this game. Will Japan be consistent with their game plan? So you know how good they are if you go and watch the game versus Sweden, game versus Portugal. You know their long ball, they just keep one players at half line always. Something that will badly affect them is offsides, because we're playing with offsides now, and Fubuki, Atsuya, and Zed love to be they cherry pick a lot, not cherry pick, but they go half above the defender, stay behind them, and wait for King of TPS to send a big long ball, knuckle ball through, because his long ball, his passing and defending are really good, so he could just send a quick knuckle to them. But they will be badly affected that there's offsides now, and if I predict, they will have at least 5 offsides to this game, or 4, but they'll have more chances, but Atsuya's probably gonna prevent getting the ball, so it's not offside. So the question is, how will they work as the 4v4, because the finals and semifinals of the Euros are both 3v3s with Fubuki Atsuya starting striker and King of TPS center back, and Zed was on the bench, and he only played a little bit in the semifinals, where him and Atsuya were striker, so King of TPS wasn't there. So we're gonna see how they play as a 4v4 game, and that is majority of the questions for this Japanese team, if their passing will work, just the game plan in general, because they have a really hard, they have a unique, I'm not gonna say unique because they long ball enough, but one of their players stays back a bit. If King of TPS needs to go up, he goes up, you know that. He's not just staying back there, and he sends a lot of big long balls, so we also have to wonder how Brazil will be affected by this, if they can defend this. And anyways, next question will go to, will Fubuki Atsuya have one of his big games? So the question is, will he have one of his big games? Because he, in the semifinals and the finals, so in the semi he scored, and in the but he wasn't really good, and in the final he wasn't really good. Maybe his nerves keeping him. So the question is, will he have one of his big games? Because one game he has a great game, one game he has a bad game. It's just how he plays. He won the Golden Boot winner of the Euro Cup, and in the finals, King of TPS is the one who went up and scored both goals for Japan, if I'm not mistaken. So Fubuki Atsuya will he step up? As he's a great player with potential, but sometimes he just doesn't play as good, which is sometimes. And now as we move on to Brazil, will they play organized? This is a big question. You know their game style of keeping possession. It's not an attacking formation or a defensive formation really, because they're controlling ball. They got the center back going up to half field to support them when they're in the attack. If you watch their Copa America games from 3v3 and 4v4, you know the style for them works better as a 4v4. And something badly about Japan is their style works better for a 3v3 because it's one up, one back. But I think Japan's attacking will be really dangerous on Brazil's defense, and if Brazil want to play organized and good and defend like they should be, they're gonna have to have more. Bennett's gonna need help on that defense because he's not a strong defender. Now it's main position, so they're gonna have to push somebody back, and they're gonna have to keep possession away from this Japan team, because when they have the ball, they can be dangerous. Big question is if Cristiano will have a big game. If you saw his shooting there in the final of the Copa America, it was insane. That couldn't even think of it, but yeah. So that's a big question. Anyways, lastly, we have Arthur the keeper step up his game after having a bad Copa America. Yeah, a great goalkeeper, probably the best in the league, voted by people in the league and in general. The question is, will he step up his game again? So let's explain stuff. So in the Copa America 2023 in APST, he had a great Copa America, and then he came to the Finalissima. The whole team was nervous, including him, and they had a bad game and they lost. And then in the season in APST before the league folded, he was literally amazing. Something crazy. He conceded 1 goal in 8 games. That's crazy. Crazy. Anyways, that's crazy stats from him. And then the game removed catching on dives, which was a specialty, and he always used that, and he put down his game a bit. And he also hadn't played for a while, so he had a rusty Copa America, but he still has a lot of talent coming up, and now he's back as he's practicing, and he's doing really good. As he actually subbed for Barca FC in a scrim versus Real Madrid, and he literally cooked the game, saving a bunch of top corner shots. So his performance can really be reflective on how this game goes, of who wins. So so his performance can be really reflective of how the game is. Someone like Cristiano also, sometimes he has a laggy internet, he needs to be in the whole game to help the team and stuff. So we're gonna see how this plays out. So now, as we go back, which team will be more effective? So if we go back to the 2023 APST Finalissima, later you can actually go down lives in this YouTube channel and you can find it. It was 2-2 in regulation, a huge game, and Italy won 4-3 in extra time and took the win in the Finalissima. So yeah, with the likes of Andrea and Fab leading them, and the difference was Brazil was better for a while, but they were just more nervous. They were arguing more in the chat and stuff, less focused. So they're gonna have to focus more. But Japan also, people King of TPS and Zed, I don't see nerves in them, but Fubuki Atsuya, he gets nervous, and that's kind of a reason why he was bad in finals. And then King of TPS is yelling in the chat, yo, how do you miss that? Why do you always try to do your signature play that never works? And he just I'm too nervous, Atsuya. So we're gonna see which team gets more effective by this, and who has the better game in general. And we are all excited, and we will see you guys in the live stream for the game. Type down your predictions in the chat.